Hello, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can I get a quick audio check, please? Testing, testing. Can you guys hear me? All right. Thanks for typing in. Sounds like I'm coming in okay. Guys, be sure and adjust your volume here. See, I got a fellow Colin in the room. How you doing, Colin? Good to see you here. Anyway, guys, first of all, my name is Colin Quina. I work with DTI. I also am a broker with a company called 3T Futures. And just wanted to say thank you, first of all, for all you guys being here to hear us give you guys a little education, a little knowledge, and thanks for the TradingPub for allowing us to come on and speak. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about today is the Nadex platform, the Nadex exchange and the platform, and it's a relatively new exchange and trading platform here in America, and just want to take you through a few slides here about Nadex, kind of give you a little background info and kind of just a little bit of information about the Nadex and what they do, and then I was actually going to share my desktop with you and share the actual platform and kind of give you guys a little overview of the platform, how to place a trade, and whatnot. And then, towards the end, we'll, if we have some time, I'll be more than happy to answer, any questions, and also give you opportunity to sign up for a demo. They do offer a free demo of the platform. So, anyways, as you see on this first slide here, Nadex is actually called the North American Derivatives Exchange. It's a Chicago-based electronic futures exchange. It is its own exchange, and it is CFTC regulated. Like I was saying, it's fairly unique to, or it is unique to America. It's the only exchange right now that offers these types of contracts, the binary options and the bull spreads, to be traded. There are similar. I don't know if we have anybody over in the UK right now, over in Europe right now. That's attending, but there are some exchanges that do this type of contracts, do this type of trading over across the pond. So those, like I said, those of you who are, if we do have anybody that resides in the UK, you might be familiar with these types of things. But those of us who are American, like I said, this Nadex here it's unique to America. But anyways, types of contracts, like I said, binary options and bull spreads, and just kind of letting you know a little bit about the binary options. And guys, I know this is just kind of an introduction. Once I get over into the platform, I'll be able to explain and express a lot better what these actually mean, and how you can actually what kind of strategies you can use to take advantage of this trading. So binary options, it's real basic. It's going to be two outcomes. It's either going to be correct or incorrect, or if you want to think of it as true or false. Either way, that's the only outcome. There's no real gray area. It's either this is going to happen or it's not going to happen. Like I said, there's no gray area. Your maximum risk and your rewards are always known before you actually get into the trade. You'll know how much you stand to profit or to lose on the trade before you actually click the mouse and get in the trade. So that really helps define your risk, control your risk, and gives you a lot makes trading a lot less stressful in that situation. If you already know how much you stand to lose, it's kind of like I kind of liken it to if you guys if anybody ever goes to the casino and you take as much money as you're willing to lose to the casino, right? So when you do lose that money, well, you've already said, well, I've already made the plan to lose this much money if possible. So that's kind of how I liken it, the binary options, and the fact that you already know how much you stand to lose on any given trade. Bull spreads are just a single contract with a floor and a ceiling range. Again, you can really find your limited risk opportunities with bull spreads as well, and both of these contracts are going to be priced for the retail trader, the retail trader, and basically with the bull spreads, if anybody is familiar with vertical call spreads in options, that is the pretty much the equivalent, or you can think of it as a credit spread. In options, you can kind of see a lot of similarities between the bull spreads and your vertical call spreads on options. So those of you who have a background in options, who know talking about working with the floor and the ceiling in a range, you can kind of start to think of it in those type of terms. But there are actually, multiple markets are going to be offered for both the bull spreads and the binaries. You've got all your stock market indices. We've got Forex currency pairs. You've got commodities, and you can actually trade on Nadex, which is very unique and very interesting. You can actually trade events. You can actually trade, events throughout the week. Of course, as everybody knows, there are several events a day. Yesterday being a big one, the Fed announcement. You could actually trade the Fed announcement, and figure out, and like I said, you can find a range of the Fed announcement. You can use a binary for the Fed announcement if it's going to be over. If you think, and like I said, once we get into the platform, I can kind of explain and show you guys how these things work. But it's really neat. Like I said, very unique trading, and very interesting, especially these events and these the Forex currency pairs. It's very very low collateral required to the trade. The Nadex, there's no setup cost. There's no separate download to actually install any software or anything. There's no software to install. There's no separate download. There's no associated costs as far as platform cost or data feeds. Are all it's all internet based. It's all based off the internet. You can access it anywhere you have an internet connection, and there's even a really good iPhone app. Those of you who have iPhone apps and have all that stuff, there is an app that you can actually trade off of your smartphone. So it's like I said, anywhere you have the internet, you have the ability to place trades and trade on the Nadex. There's no commissions, and there's no real commission fees, but there is a 90-cent per side exchange fee, is what they call it, and that is only up to the first 10 contracts of an order. So let me kind of explain that. So it's 90 cents per side. 90 cents per side up to the first 10 contracts. So if you trade 20 contracts on Nadex, you're only going to get charged for those first 10. So they give you, like I said, they really give you, you really get an advantage by trading multiple contracts on Nadex. Because like I said, you only get charged for your first 10 trades of an order. So yeah, like I said, it's really advantageous. Is basically what I'm getting at to trade your Nadex and get involved here with the Nadex. Let's keep moving on. You have different expiration dates as far as when these when these trades takes place, you have hourly expiration rates starting at 7 a.m. Central. You've got daily, of course, that will go throughout the whole day, starting at 7 a.m. Go through the whole day, starting at actually they have Globex. It's Globex rules, so the dailies are actually open from the previous day, 5 o'clock open, and will go all the way through the next day's close at 3:15, all Central times. And again, and then there's some weeklies. Those of you who like doing, weekly trades, swing trades type stuff. There's a lot of different opportunity to get in on a weekly basis. And again, like I was saying, you have these event-based maturities as well. All right, so we'll come back to this, but let me go ahead and start off the desktop sharing here, and we'll take a look. We'll just go ahead and delve into the platform here, and like I said, I'll show you guys some ins and outs, show you how to place a trade, show you how talk about a couple different strategies used, and then like I said, we'll try to get into some of these questions. Excuse me. We'll try to get into some of these questions here, towards the end if we have some time. All right, let's get one more second while this is loading up here. Let's see. I think this is monitor 1. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that. It took me a little longer to get that uploaded than I thought. I had a little trouble with my projector here, but anyway, it's got it going. So what you're looking at there, and anyway, can everybody see this? Okay, is this coming in clear? Can everybody see what I'm looking at? I've got a dome. I've actually just got a regular old depth of market up here for the S&P, and then next to it I've got the actual Nadex platform. The dome is not, just to let you guys know, the dome is not actually a part of the platform, but I always like to have a dome up because you do need to check. Of course, it all is going to be related. The Nadex trading is all going to be related to your underlying futures contract. So it's important if you've got multiple screens, of course, you can be able to bring up your platform and have charts and whatnot for your regular futures platform. But if you're working with just one, limited space, if you're working with just one screen, always try to put a dome butted up against the Nadex platform. So like I said, what you're looking at here, I've just got like a regular old depth of market dome up here. For the S&P, December S&P, and then this is what I'm looking at here on the Nadex. Okay, this is the daily binaries for the S&P 500. And before we get into that, let me just kind of go through the platform just really quick, get everybody here on the same page. What you're looking at, like I said, this is the Nadex platform. What you see up here at the top, these highlighted little tabs right here are actually windows that you can activate and use and kind of switch around and move around to make your really personalize and make your platform the way you like it, make it the most efficient for trading. So like I said, all these little tabs up here you see can represent actually windows that are on this platform. So this is kind of how I have my my platform set up. You've got the different markets you're looking at currently. You can actually create a watch list and be able to view several different contracts at one time. And then of course it'll keep all your open positions will be if I had any open positions, we'd see them down here populated. And then of course you got a working orders window. So pretty basic pretty basic little platform, but like I said, you can switch these windows up and organize them how you like it, how it makes it the most efficient for you and your trading. But mentioning these watch lists here, you can, if you actually take a look over here on this left-hand side, it gives you a bunch of different watch lists already generated by the platform. So you can just take a look through there. If you just want to trade your daily binaries on the metals, well, instead of having to go through and search for them here through this navigation window, you can actually just click on metals. Just say like, oh, I want to do my metals that are going to be daily binary metals. Just click on there, and it automatically brings up this little watch list for you, so you can view all the different metals and their daily binary prices and whatnot. So this is kind of gives you where the current market is as far as where to trade in these different little generated watch lists they have. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. So let's just go back to, and you actually have one down here that says My Watch List. That's one that you can actually come down and save. Again, you can see them all right there as well. Left-hand side, it all will come up here to this little drop-down box as well. So anyhow, moving on. Going through this actual navigation little tab, just kind of want to show you guys the different all the different markets that you can get into. Again, here's your indices in both the bull spreads and the binaries. You can see the different indices you have here. They're worded a little bit different from futures platform, but those of you who are familiar with the indices, both locally and globally, it's pretty easy to figure out. Like this, of course, is going to be the FTSE 100 out of Europe. Here's your Germany 30. That's going to be your DAX. Japan 225 is actually going to be the Nikkei. US 500 is going to be your S&P 500. US Small Cap 2000 is going to be your Russell 2000. US Tech 100 will be NASDAQ, and your Wall Street 30 is actually the Dow. So that's kind of how you can figure out which underlying futures that those are going to relate to. Again, moving on, mentioned these forex currency pairs. You can see the different currency pairs right here. And what's great about being able to trade these currency pairs is that you actually don't have to open up several companies will make you open up a separate forex account. You have to open up a separate forex account from your regular, different from your regular, just regular old futures trading account. So for those of you who don't want to open up a separate forex account to only trade the forex, well, you can easily trade these forex currency pairs on the Nadex here. And it actually will give you the underlying currency spot rates you can see. So if this will actually give you where the current currency pair is trading, and then you can have the Nadex price, the Nadex trading prices, and be able to keep an eye on that. And like I said, it's a really great way to trade these forex currency pairs, get involved with forex, and not have to open and fund a separate trading account. So again, another really neat advantage that we have with trading here on the Nadex. Last thing, like I said, right now there's no we've had our big events for the day. I told you that there are events, but it'll only show up when there is an actual event on the coming up. So the events are it's like I said, it's really neat, but it's going to be specific to specific events on a given week. So anyhow, let's get back. I'm going to show you guys kind of a couple strategies right now, and how to place trades and whatnot. And I'm just going to keep it simple. I've got the S&P Dome. I got the S&P Dome up here. So I'm gonna just strictly look at the S&P, talk about the S&P, and how to implement a good strategy using Nadex on the S&P here. So again, what you see is here underneath this markets window, you see all the different contracts that you can trade on the S&P 500. And how I found that is I just came over here to this navigation window, hit my indices, went to S&P 500, and I just hit, you can see there's the most recent, and by the way guys, these times, before I get any further, these times are going to be all done on the platform, are all going to be done in Eastern time. So just to let you know, just give you a heads up, these are all the times you see are going to be Eastern. Me being in Central, I'll automatically just take an hour off, and I'm on my way. But those of you who are over maybe on the West Coast, just a heads up. That's what you're looking at. So anyway, so what I did, I just came here, clicked on the dailies, and then as you see, all the daily contracts will show up. Make that look a little bit neater. But so what you're seeing, like I said, these are all the daily contracts, and what you're seeing. So let's just pick this one up. What this is saying right here on this line is that and this is how the trade will set up, is you believe, based on your futures knowledge, based on your futures analysis for the day, that you believe that the S&P 500 is going to close above 1404 for the day at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, if the market closes above 1404, if it closes at 1404, it doesn't meet the parameter, but it has to be above. So it has to be 1404 quarter to be able to make a trade, to be able to be profitable on the trade. Okay? And as you can see right now on our underlying futures, we're sitting here trading right now currently 1405 offer, 1404.75 bid. So you can see that this market, that this parameter right here has already reached what we want it to do. Okay, it's already gotten above our watermark, if you will. It already is above 1404, and you can see this and you can tell this by looking at your bids and offers. Okay, on the Nadex, guys, your bid and offer is actually representative of the probability this parameter will be met by that time. Okay, so let me say that again. Your bids and offers, which by the way, these are all users. There are no computer programs associated with the Nadex. These are all actual human beings placing bids and offers, making trading on the Nadex. And like I said, these bids and offers represent the probability that the certain parameter will be met by the end of the day. So what you see when you have your underlying futures be at a certain number, when you come over to the Nadex, you see that underlying, the closer it is to the underlying, these numbers are here to the underlying, the closer it's going to be to 50-50. So you see when we were trading right at 1404, the bids and offers were reflective of the underlying being close to 1404 and would be closer to a 50-50 type bid and offer. Now that the market's moved, in that brief moment, we've had a 2-point jump. You see now that the underlying futures is closer to 1407, and so the bid and offer is going to reflect that underlying being closer to this 1407 level now. So one of the strategies that you can think of when bringing up your binaries, or when bringing up your binaries for the day, you can have automatically thinking, you've already done your futures analysis, you already kind of have an idea of which way the market is going to go, you think. So it's really just a matter of determining if you think there's going to be a sell-off or you think there's going to be a rally. Okay. Right now, just kind of looking at the market, and I haven't done, this is not any professional analysis. It's just something, just looking at it right now. We've had a nice little run down. Looks like the market is coming up, trying to reach over here at its midpoint. Once it reaches its midpoint for the day, that's when you're going to kind of look and say, well, hey, is it going to stay below this midpoint? Is it going to go? So you really kind of want to determine these things, do your futures analysis, and then come over and look and see, well, how can I take advantage of a sell-off, or how can I take advantage of a rally here with Nadex? And this is how you do that. So if you think, like, let's just take a, for example, guys, and I'm not saying this is not any kind of professional analysis. I don't want to really get into, calling any kind of any market movement. But let's just say, let's just use this right now, this current market situation as an example of how to take advantage of either a sell-off or a rally. And what you can look at is, like, again, let's say, okay, we're going to hit this 08 level. Which is, roughly the midpoint of the day, and we're going to say, well, it's going to rally, and we're going to go see new highs. We're going to go see some new highs for the day. Okay, so that's our analysis. That's what we think. So let's come over here to our Nadex and say, well, do we think it's going to rally and get all the way up to the highs, which would be, up to the 16.75-17 level? If we think that, we'll say, well, hey, let's come over and look. And look, here's a binary sitting here for us at 14.16. So let's say, well, that's a good bet. I think it's going to rally. I think it's going to go meet its highs. I think it's going to make new highs, and I think it's going to stay above this 14.16 level. So let's see what that would cost us to actually make this trade. So here is just the plain old order ticket. You want to choose your direction. This arrow here, we're going to buy. It's all going to be a limit. It's all going to be good till cancel or till it expires. So size, let's just do one contract here. You can go up and down, however what you feel comfortable with. But your price, once you hit this price, it's actually going to take you to where it will get you in the market immediately. So you see here, it gives you your bid and offers. Bids at $7, offers at $9, $9.50, and that's all representative of that's a tick. That's $9.50 is $9.50 all here on the binaries. So what you look at here cost you $9.50 to make this trade, with a potential of making $90.50. So it's either going to be, and it's all or nothing. Okay, you're either gonna be zero at the end of the day, or you're going to make $90.50. The trade, placing this trade, is going to cost you. You're automatically going to be deducted from your balance $9.50. But if the parameter goes your way, you will get $100 minus the $9.50, of course, that it took to actually make the trade, for a max profit of $90.50. So you can see there's a really great risk-to-reward ratio involved with trading the Nadex, and that's really kind of where we see the advantages for the most part, as far as having a great risk-reward ratio, knowing where your risk is going to be capped, knowing how much your risk is going to be for each given trade, and those of you, I'm sure this is waking up some creative juices in the brain here. You can really take advantage with edging opportunities. And it looks like I'm running out of time. We could spend several sessions here, several hours going over all the different ins and outs of this platform. But really, what I want to really hammer home, and Morgan, I apologize, just give me one more minute here to kind of wrap up. But what I want to really hammer home is this advantage, taking advantage of a good risk-to-reward ratio. And the whole thing, again, what I want to make sure that this is clear, you don't have to necessarily take your trade into expiration. Okay, you can get in and out within a minute if need be, if you want to. And to explain, just another kind of strategy that would take advantage of this, not having to take the expiration. Let's use our previous example of the market coming up to the midpoint, and it's going to continue the rally, and go make new highs. We'll say instead of saying it's going to make new highs and keep going higher and stay above that 16 range, well, let's just say it's going to go hit the 16 range and then bounce off and then come back down to its midpoint. Okay, so in this example, the market's going to gravitate to this 16 level. And like I was saying earlier, when the underlying futures gravitates to these price levels, the bid and offers will reflect that, it being if you bid $8 offer when the market's trading at '07, when the underlying is trading at '07, as the market rallies and gets closer to the 16 level, the bid and offers are going to be closer to a 50-50. So if you get in the market buying it at $8, get out of it at $48, you're making $40. You're not making the max profit, but you're also not taking the chance that your analysis of it staying above 16 becomes incorrect. So it's easy to take profits without having to take to expiration is the point. So anyway, guys, I've taken more than enough time. Thank you for listening to the presentation. Thank you to the TradingPub for letting me get in here and speak. And before I go, just want to make sure everybody has my email address. If you have any questions, sorry I was not able to get to the questions. I know we have a lot of good speakers. I want to give everybody a chance to get on and speak here, but that is my email address, guys. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email me. Morgan was kind enough. Thank you, Morgan, for placing in the demo and the live in the live account. And yeah, either of those emails works, guys. So please shoot me an email, and I'll send you some good videos and some more information on Nadex. And thanks again. And I'll turn it back over to Morgan. Take care, guys. Good trading.
All right, great. Thank you, Colin. We really appreciate you being here and always, sharing about some of the strategies that you use in your own trading is always helpful. So